Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and it is time for our December 2024 challenge, Make a Shaker Card. Hey, so I'm using Jada Blossom's Reindeer Dropping stamp set, their Street Lamp Dies Christmas add-ons, their Reindeer Faces stamp set, their Gnome Friends Reindeer dies, and their Build-A-Booth Winter dies, along with their frame die, or photo frame die. And I put this guy together on the Gnome Friends Reindeer Die assembly video. Check that out. I am using Doodlebug's Let It Snow 6-inch and 12-inch. They're matching odds and ends for the Let It Snow collection. There we go. And first what I did was I created an A2 size card base, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches, using Paper Ink white cardstock. And now I'm adding some pattern paper. That is from the 12-inch Let It Snow paper line from Doodlebug. And that is cut 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card front. And I'm just going to stick that down using my ATG tape. Okay, now on the inside, I'm going to add, I believe this is like 3/4 of an inch strip of paper from that same paper line from Doodlebug, but I think this was the 6-inch paper line. And I'm just going to add that to the inside bottom of my card. There we go. And I also am using Jaded Blossom's word bubble dies. I completely forgot to show you that. And I'm going to be stamping the sentiment in the center of this pink pattern word bubble with VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. There we go. And I believe that was from the 12-inch paper line, that pink that pink pattern. It's a little bit bigger than the smaller 6-inch pads. So anyways, I'm going to add on a piece of ephemera from that Doodlebug Let It Snow odds and ends. They come out with matching odds and ends for all their paper lines. And I just try to match what's going on the outside with on the inside. So I have a little deer on the outside, so I'm putting one on the inside. So I'm going to have this guy saying a deary Christmas, just for fun. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to take a white Jelly Roll pen from Sakura, and I'm going to add some highlights using it. This is a number 10. So you get kind of bold lines with this one, which I like. And I'm also taking a black glaze pen from Sakura, and I'm just going to darken up the nose and the eyes on the Santa and the reindeer. Just to kind of make it pop a little bit. And adding a few other little highlight lines just for fun. I just find it adds something, gives it a little bit more dimension, makes it look a little less flat, but there we go. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut out this photo frame out of Doodlebug Let It Snow paper. And I cut it out of Paper Ink white cardstock as well a few times. And I'm just going to layer them up. But first I'm taking some, score tape. This is 1/8 of an inch score tape. And I'm going to stick down some acetate packaging. So I'm just making sure that's stuck down well. I'm going to peel it off. And then I'll add my acetate packaging. This was just could be from, if you buy a package of paper, anything like that. And I'm just layering, I keep all my acetate packaging, because this is what I use it for. So now I'm just going to trim around the edge of this, getting it as close as I can. And, to make a fun little shaker card for Jaded Blossom's December challenge. I love making shaker cards. I think they're lots of fun. I think everybody loves a shaker card, right? It's just fun to shake them and play with them. Okay, so I'm going to stick a couple of these photo frames together using some score tape. I keep forgetting what it's called. There we go. I love score tape. I like how you can tear it. It just makes it really easy. I have it in a bunch of different widths. Okay, so now I'm going to layer up these photo frames. So I think I cut 3 and then plus the pattern one. I just wanted to give my little shaker area some room to allow those, little shaker bits to shake around, but not make it two-dimensional using foam tape or anything this time. So this one I'm just going to glue down on top of my little stack. There we go. And I'm just going to line it up. There we are, making sure it's all lined up carefully. And then I will weight it down because I did use some glue on that one. Okay, so I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the front of this little photo frame. And I'm using the sentiment Rudolph Kisses just because, like, you know, how cute is that? If you're going to have a little deer on the front of your card, you might as well make him Rudolph, right? So I'm going to stamp in VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink using my Misty. And I will stamp it a couple of times just to make sure I get a nice sharp image. Remember, don't press too hard. You don't want to, you know, mess with that. And of course, with the acetate on the back of that, it stuck really well down onto that, onto my waffle flower grip mat. Should have thought about that. I should have stamped that sentiment first, but you can learn from my mistakes. Okay, so now I am just adding some score tape to the back of the little white stack of photo frames. And I'm going to add this little scenic paper from that Let It Snow 6-inch pad. And I'm just going to line it up so it looks like, you know, there's a scene in the background because I'm going to have the reindeer standing in front of it. So I want to give it kind of a fun snowy scene. Now I'm going to add a few little shakers. These ones are shakers. They're called ice crystals from Doodlebug. So I'm going to sort of, you know, put a few of them in there. They're kind of like little clay shaker bits. Lots of fun. You don't have to use tons of them, you know, a handful of those. Then I'm going to be adding some, these little, they're called, what are they called again? I'm going to look at my list. They're called Close to My Heart Bitty Beads in white. Really, they're just little seed beads. So I'm going to add some white seed beads. And now I'm going to be adding some Cartwright's Moonshine 5mm sequins, just for a little bit of shine. I'm just going to sprinkle those in, trying to keep it, you know, like one layer. Right, to keep it kind of on the flatter side. What I'm doing is I'm sort of building my shaker piece all separate. So I'll just add it as a unit to the front of my card. It makes it a little bit easier, right? I could have done it the other way, just stuck it down on the card, had a pile of stuff on there. You know, I could have done that, but I find this is just the easier way. So now I'm using some more, this is double-sided tape and score tape, and I'm just going to run that around the outside of this little photo frame. And then I will apply it to the rest of my shaker. That way, you know, all my whole shaker is like a unit on itself, right? That way, it's really easy to position it on your card front. You can get things even, however you want them to be. I just find it a little bit easier that way. Just trimming off the overhang with a pair of scissors there. And then I'll peel off the backing and I will add it to my photo frame. Remember, all my shaker bits are already in there. And I'm just trying to get it down straight. There we go. And now we have a cute little shaker. Super fun, right? Okay, so I am just going to get this added to the front of my card and figuring out where everything goes first. There we go. Remember, everything is always listed on my blog, everything that I use. I'm pulling out some, this is Simon Says Stamps white glitter paper, and I used Jaded Blossoms, Build-A-Booth winter add-ons to cut the little snow drifts and this little snow banner or snowflake banner. And I'm just going to add them to the front of this little shaker bit just to add a little bit of fun and interest, right? And then, I don't know, I think it'll look really cute. So I'm just going to add on another little snowdrift up there. And then, you know, using my reverse tweezers and Barely Art glue, I do weight it down after. I'm also going to give him a red nose. You'll see that I already put this guy together. Remember, there is an assembly video for this guy, so check that out. I used Paper Tray Ink dark chocolate cardstock. I used American Crafts pink, cream, and brown cardstock, along with pure poppy cardstock for his nose and his bow. So I am adding on this little snow banner now with some Barely Art glue, and I do weight it down. in between. I also used EK Success chalk on his little cheeks and Secure White Jelly Roll pen highlights. You know, all the stuff. Now I'm putting together this little bow. That is from the Street Lamp Dies Christmas add-ons. I love this little bow. And wouldn't you know, it looks perfect on the reindeer, right? It's so cute. Actually, it would probably look perfect on all of the little gnome friends animal dies that we have. You know, the bunny, the bear, the reindeer, you know, super cute stuff. There we go. So I'm going to add a little snowdrift to the inside as well, just for fun. I had an extra one, so why not? I'm going to stick that down on my pattern paper. And isn't that cute? There we go. And I will weight that down as well. Now I'm going to add on my little bow. Now obviously his little face was stamped using those reindeer face stamp set, using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And I did use a Copic marker in R29 or something like that, just to color in his tongue, just for fun. So there is my shaker. And now I am adding it, or getting my, I guess, my reindeer ready to add to my shaker. So I'm just going to pop this little guy up using some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. These are my favorite ones. And I do use a lot of them. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know if you have to go as overboard as me, but all my cards are usually mailed. And I don't want them to get messed up in the mail, right? Now I did cut a couple of little strips of those same Stampin' Up! Dimensionals just to add to the little, you know, antlers. So I'm going to add my little reindeer, kind of overlapping my background. Isn't that cute? So it's kind of like a whole little piece unto itself. Now I'm going to add some ATG tape to the back, and then I'll add it to my card front. And you'll have some a super cute shaker card. And of course, wouldn't you know, it picked up a bunch of those release papers from my little dimensionals, which was kind of silly. There we are. So there's my card. Now I'm pulling out some shape sprinkles from Doodlebug. These are called Heart Attack, but I'm just using these aqua blue ones. I'm going to add 3 to the upper right and then 2 to the lower left, just for fun. And, you know, add a little bit more shine. But like I said, this is a super easy shaker card. Remember to come and, you know, play along with us over on the Jada Blossom blog. We'd love to see what you create. Make sure you use some Jada Blossom products, and I would love to see your design. It's lots of fun. And who doesn't love to make a shaker card and get a shaker card, right? I just think they're lots of fun. You think you're making them for kids, but let's be honest, we like to shake them too. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jada Blossom blog, be inspired by the team. Maybe join our challenge and hop on over to the store to get shopping. Bye, everybody.